episode 27. This week we're going to talk about Firefox 2.0.
Which I don't have yet.
It's still in beta format.
Well, I'll check it out.
And I have the official rules of dating.
Official rules of dating for women, though.
For women, but
not for men.
But I think these can be used as clues for men.
Oh, okay.
And in the last segment, we're going to talk about listeners who's emailed us.
There you go.
Okay, I'm TR Love.
And I'm Adam Carroll.
And this is RogueCast.
We interrupt this program of music to bring you a bulletin just received in the WOR newsroom.
All the humanity and all the fairness and feeling that
I may, at this early hour in the morning, recapitulate
Is really new.
From sci-fi to music, computers to entertainment, nothing is off limits. Coming to you live from the Danger Room, voted best new two-person podcast east of Atlanta. This is RogueCast. And now, here is your host, TR Love.
Okay, Adam, what have you been up to this weekend?
Well, it was Labor Day, and I worked every single day of Labor Day.
Yeah, I know we're kind of getting a late start today because we didn't get the official cast up on Tuesday.
No, we didn't. Unfortunately, we'll have to be a little late this week. I had to work Friday night. I worked Saturday morning.
This is our cast. We do what we want.
Yeah, you put it up whenever you want to.
Exactly.
I mean, the fact that people, I'm sorry the people that complained to my email that it wasn't ready yet.
By the way, I had an official sighting.
You had an official sighting.
Mm-hmm.
Someone recognized you? Someone?
No, I saw someone.
Who'd you see?
I saw a gigantus automatus.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
You saw Big Tommy.
I saw Big Tommy.
Where was Big Tommy at?
He was on the north end. I said hello to him and talked to him for a few minutes.
Yeah?
And he misses all the listeners.
There you go.
And that was about he misses doing the podcasting.
Yeah? You think he's going to come back soon?
He said that he will make it for the 30th anniversary.
Which is going to be after you get back from vacation.
Which is after I get back from vacation.
So you guys are going to have to hold on.
We're all thinking about going to Vegas, so we might actually do a podcast from Vegas.
There you go. Mm-hmm. There you go. Vegas podcast.
Vegas podcast. We'll just contact the Mirage or wherever we're staying.
And just tell them, RogueCast is coming.
Maybe we should get the suite.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And
I wonder if there's good acoustics there.
I assume okay. I mean, probably okay acoustics. Nothing like where we are right now, but probably okay.
Yeah, I mean, the acoustics are good here, but they're not perfect. I think that we need the whole place to be covered in that eggshell, that egg crate, styrofoam.
Mm-hmm, that would be a plus. And,
I mean, since we have windows here, I mean, it's a trade-off because the windows add some of the voice reflection, but for the most part, we'd have to live ourselves in a shoebox with the egg crates.
It's more beautiful in this room. You
Yeah.
can see a lot more space.
Well, that's the advantage of having it. Well, you know what, we'll do this since we've gone backwards. Let's go backwards. Let's say hello to the listeners. I'd like to say hello to Summer, who's a official listener of podcast.
Wow. Official listener to podcast.
I
Welcome, Summer.
Yes, and I'd like to say hello to Chris. He's from Dallas.
Chris is from Dallas, and he's listening to our podcast.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, his MySpace page will be up on the link.
Wow. His MySpace page before my MySpace page.
Yeah.
That's
well,
ridiculous.
Yeah. You have to understand that I'm trying to redo the whole space over again.
Okay.
Because they have the free version and I'm not crazy about the free version that they give out. So I'm looking for a new editor program, and I know everybody's going to be like, you can get the good ones, but I want something that's easy and
new.
quick
and
that does a good job
there
and normally has at least a good number of templates and has some modifications in it. That's all I'm looking for. If you have any suggestions on a really good website program that does some great programs, I think everybody's going to write to me and go, buy a Mac.
Buy a Mac, yeah. You can even use iWeb, and it's crappy, and it's still better than half of it.
I like to try some of the. I'd like to really go into some of the Ajax programs and see about those.
Yeah, it would be. We don't have a MySpace page for RogueCast, though.
We do.
We do now.
We do.
Well,
and you can actually listen to the episodes through the MySpace page.
Fantastic, you guys.
So if you go to RogueCast, if you go to myspace.com/RogueCast podcast.
RogueCast podcast.
RogueCast podcast.
Check out our MySpace
I did that
page.
so when you search for podcast, we would come up there.
Be our friend.
Yes.
There
are people who are. I think I have official 10 or 11 friends.
There you go. We're just getting started.
But the coolest thing is that I have a flash player through it that you can actually play the RogueCast episodes through it.
Well, there you go. You guys should go to the MySpace page, check it out. We've got all our episodes on there. Not all of our episodes, but only our best episodes. But
no, every single episode.
Every single episode. Well,
all 20. Well, soon to be 27 episodes.
27. Well,
or maybe this is 28. Is this 27, 28?
Either 27 or 28.
27. It doesn't make
It all depends on how you want to put it up on the website.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out when we get up
But
there.
we want to thank our listeners for,
for
emailing us around.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to hear from you guys.
Right. There was Summer, and
Chris.
Summer's very cool.
Summer, I've never met Summer or talked to Summer.
You haven't asked the official guy question yet.
I haven't asked it. I don't need to ask the official guy question. I'll just let it be the imagination.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. You know which question we're talking about.
Yes. Is she hot?
Is she hot? Well, no matter where we go, if I go to the grocery, if I'm telling a story to any guy, and any of the women anybody knows, when guys tell stories, it always goes to something to the effect of, I went to the grocery store and I pulled a $5 dollar out of my pocket because they asked for $3.75, and I gave it to the clerk and the bag, and then the obvious question was she hot?
Yeah.
And there was a girl behind me, and she said hello, and every guy goes, is she hot?
Yeah, exactly.
It gets redundant now.
Yeah, but Summer, is she hot? She's a listener.
She's a listener.
Is Chris hot? We didn't ask that question.
No.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Chris is a guy, though.
Well, but I'm saying, what about our girl listeners?
Yeah.
Now Summer's listening, and she feels neglected, and so she's tuned out.
Oh, you're right. Maybe.
We should be a more diversified group of people.
We should be really into this whole thing.
We should definitely take into account that we are men and we are geeks. There are not going to be too many girl listeners, but the ones that we get, we shouldn't alienate right off the bat. Keep them in for a couple episodes and then throw them away.
I asked her if she wanted to be on the podcast.
Oh, yeah? What'd you say?
She said she would have to wait and see.
Have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She's only listened to a couple of episodes. She only listened to last week's episodes.
Which wasn't our greatest, but it was a good episode.
I'm telling you, our last episode of the last segment. Yeah, the last segment of our segment 3 of our last episode was probably the funniest I've heard.
You liked it?
It was hysterical. I listened to it on the beach.
Well, there you go. And did you laugh out loud and people looked at you?
Oh, no. It got to the point where there was some segment, there was some thing we were talking about, and I died laughing. It was just really funny.
It was probably the second time caller, first time listener guy.
That still cracks me up every time.
Which was a guy named Chris also, but not the same Chris.
But he was from Tacoma.
So
No, I think it was the rule. I think it was when we started talking about the different laws in the it was the nakedness.
The nakedness.
The nakedness.
Yeah,
about the people up in
the kids in New Hampshire.
Vermont.
Well, one of the New England states, and they were naked.
That was just cracking me up.
Yeah, naked kids, pedophilia?
No.
Who knows? How old were the kids?
Exactly. How old were the kids, and were they good? You have to ask, the guy question.
Yeah. And were they good looking, and were they old enough? But this is for our listeners, so this is the first segment. It's not really very eventful, but we're shouting out to our listeners. And if you want to have your name mentioned on the podcast, email. TR, your email is?
TR@RogueCast.com.
And my email is Adam@RogueCast.com.
And you can still write Big Tommy at RogueCast.com. Oh, let's say this now, and then we'll kind of wind this one up early because this is going to be a short one because not only going to have an episode today, but we're going to have an episode tomorrow up on the web. Please go to RogueCast.com and take the survey.
Take the survey.
Yeah, because what happens on the survey is that we get looking around for investors or for people to not for people to put on commercials.
It's a way for us to get out in the community and get some money kicked back our way so that we can do better projects. Hopefully, videocast soon.
Oh, yeah, hopefully
videocast. That would be pretty sweet.
Well, all the ones up on iTunes, all the top 10 are pretty much.
And even if you're looking at mine and your ugly mugs for 45 minutes,
I don't understand why. Well, video. The funny thing about iTunes is that 90% of all people who listen to iTunes listen to them on their computer.
Yeah,
they don't listen. They don't listen to them on their iPod.
Nah,
they listen to music on their iPod, but they don't listen to podcasts
because you just want to hear like a 5-minute song and be done. And with podcasts, they're a little
something
longer,
like an hour.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to go work out. I mean, that's when I listen to my podcast.
A walk or something. Yeah, I mean, take our survey. Tell us what you think about us. You've seen TR's face because he's got his picture on the website. You don't know what I look like. I could be.
Well, we have to get your MySpace page up there.
My MySpace page up. But take the survey. Email us with anything. We don't really care. We read emails anyway, even if they say.
And we promise our mail server won't crash.
I mean, I've got an email this week about Viagra, so you never know.
All right. Well, listen. We'll make this one a short one, and then we'll come right back and we'll talk about Firefox 2.
Thanks for listening to another fine episode of RogueCast. For more information on the topics, guests, or hosts from this show, please visit RogueCast.com. The content from all segments of this show is copyrighted by RogueCast.com 2006.